internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days. Just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. After you're done watching this video, it's done. I mean, some of you guys may just stop watching XRP videos forever and just leave it at this and say, okay, all I gotta do is keep working, keep accumulating, and stay healthy so I could enjoy the wealth that is coming to me. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button, because in today's breakdown, indisputable, it's facts, it's markets, it's depth, and it's liquidity, and you cannot dispute math. I'm gonna get straight into it. You guys know that the whole stablecoin ecosystem is gonna go to trillions of dollars, right? And that's not my opinion. This is the elites. This is the multi-trillion-dollar institutions that are telling you where things are headed. And if you understand the math behind it, you'll realize why XRP doesn't just rise in price. It will completely reprice to an entirely new level, okay? Right now, it's trading at $2.80, but $2.80 is at absolutely no reason. And the reason I say that is because when you zoom out, right, and you look at right now, this ecosystem is sitting at just under $300 billion. But when you go into the ranking, okay, this is where things get crazy, and nobody tells you it from this perspective. And if this is the first video you're watching, I kindly ask you go watch my previous video so you get a little bit more educated on this, because this is kind of more of like you really got to understand the bigger picture to understand this mechanics of this price perspective, okay? So right now, USDC is sitting at $74 billion at a $21 billion trading volume. And XRP is trading at $168 billion, and is at $8 billion in daily trading volume. Do you see this here? Because remember when I said that XRP's market cap will always be higher than the USDC market cap, because it needs to actually leverage that?
We have to preserve digital cash. That has to work on the open internet. It has to work interoperably with anyone, anywhere. That's how we're going to solve this problem. And I think we're really close. I mean, USDC itself we've seen over $3.5 trillion of transactions directly on the internet between counterparties. And so if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides, and we can make this extremely low cost to move, and then enable individuals with digital wallets that can interact, and you can scale into the risk. More scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides, and we can make this extremely low cost to move.
And you're probably wondering, well, USDT is up there, it's higher than Ripple. Well, here's the thing. It's higher than XRP. Here's the thing. You do understand that Tether is not being used by regulated institutions. Okay, mic drop. Why do you think USDC is at $73 billion? Because USDC is actually a regulated entity that has licensing, right? That is available that meets regulated criterias along the whole, creating a level playing field pretty much. And they're doing this slowly in the right way.
New financial system that's being developed. What do you think people are looking for?
Well, I think, look, in an early stage market, which is sort of dominated by like offshore unregulated exchanges, and it's mostly about speculating on different things, right? Yeah. That's one thing. Okay. Yeah. The internet financial system is clearly about actual economic activity. So if we want this to be useful, it has to be about actual economic activity. Yeah.
But you got to understand that Tether is operating in an unregulated ecosystem when it comes to the United States. And when the whole, ecosystem shifts, things are going to get crazy, because BlackRock, Ripple, They're all saying the same thing, which is stablecoin. Market is going to go into the trillions, and that is going to be the key enabler. And I'm being very conservative here. We're going to just take USDC alone. And when USDC grows from 74 billion to 2 trillion, that's a 20x growth. Okay? And the market cap, USDC going to $2 trillion will happen 100%. Okay? And that'll be like a benchmark at some point. And we're going to find the spread here. Okay, we're going to use this spread just to kind of show you that bigger picture. So let's apply the exact same multiplier to XRP at the current size, right? So XRP is at 169 billion. Let's multiply that by the spread that we got from USDC. That would put XRP at a $4.5 trillion. That's what XRP would need to become to provide deep enough liquidity and market depth in a world where USDC and other stablecoins are going to be sitting in trillions. Okay, so what does that mean per coin, right? Let's be conservative and say the full supply is out. And remember what we talked about in yesterday's videos about illiquid XRP not being moved, right? How much XRP is actually available, right? So these little videos that I've been making the past couple of days, they all kind of marinate together. That was the whole purpose of it. I probably should have told you guys earlier, but I'm sure if you've been following, you understand this even much better now. So if the whole supply is out, that's going to leave XRP at $45 per XRP. And let's just say it's the exact same supply as today at 55 billion XRP in circulation. That's $83 per XRP. And you do understand, we just calculated this from a $2 trillion move. $2 trillion. Folks, if you're not frothing out of your mouth right now, I mean, you still don't get it. And I know I may sound like crazy and cocky right now, but I'm telling you, this thing is, you can't stop you cannot stop it from achieving this because it logically has to do this. That's the best part about it. Once things get going, this will naturally gravitate towards these prices. Okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So just remember, when stablecoins start scaling into the trillions, XRP doesn't just follow. It must be larger in market cap to handle the liquidity load. Otherwise, the system locks up. Like, think about it like from this perspective, right? The bridge has to be stronger than the weight it's carrying. Okay? And that's pretty much how this is going to play out. XRP's bridge has to be a lot more liquid and a lot more depth in it to carry the high value transactions. So, I mean, I really hope some of you guys saw this and understand it now at like, wow, like this is actually insane when you even just take a look at it from those two things alone. It's going to be, like XRP, it's a mandatory repricing. Okay, let's just call it that. Because trillions need corridors. They need depth. They need a settlement layer that isn't tied to a single government or issuer.
Sort of things can stablecoins do that XRP can't, and vice versa?
It's a great question. We think of them as complementary and additive. So in the context of payments and that part of our business, there are cross-currency or cross-token settlement it's more the long tail. Let me simplify it. It's more the long tail of assets and currencies where the costs, when you think in the context of cross-border payments, you have different currency crosses between, a sub-Saharan African country and the Middle East. So that's where we see XRP having its...
And that's XRP. And when you use the same spread that USDC is showing us, 27x, XRP lands between $45 to $83 per coin. And that's just a conservative baseline. And that's not speculation. That's literally applying the exact same multiplier from USDC to XRP to see what liquidity balance would look like. So next time, again, If somebody ever tells you that XRP can't go to $50 or $100, tell them it's logic math. But the thing is, they're never going to understand. And USDC is already providing that model. We've done many models, but from 74 billion to 2 trillion, 27x. And you apply that to XRP's market cap, you're looking at a $4.5 trillion market cap for XRP. Okay? And that's just how liquidity works. This is how markets reprice. And this is why XRP doesn't have a ceiling, because it has to be bigger than the flows it bridges. And the ones that understand know that this isn't hopium, this isn't hype, this is just basic math. So again, when you go to sleep at night today, think about this. Why is Bitcoin at $2.2 trillion? And I mean, really think about it. Think about what happened at CV19 as well. Okay, don't forget that never happened. I feel like a lot of people forget that happened, because after that, Black Lives Matter happened, right? And then a lot of Ukraine war happened. A lot of all these events happened. Don't forget about these things, and don't forget that these events do have a major impact of what is being designed here with this whole ecosystem. Remember, at the end of the day, we're just brainwashed humans, and that's a fact. Okay? We were born into the system. We got sucked into the system by everybody, right? No one's here to tell us exactly what happened in the 1700s, right? We were all, your parents were born into the system as well, okay? And it's just, the family trees don't go deep enough in, billions of people's lives. So that's why there's millionaires and billionaires. And what I'm trying to get at is this crypto, this is going to create the next 1%. And it already has started, spreading itself out in terms of the individuals that have been accumulating for all these years. You guys don't comment, you guys are watching. But the reason why I say you don't comment is the loudest ones, the loudest ones that comment are the individuals that missed the boat and they didn't accumulate. Okay, XRP at $2.81 is the new normal. It's not 30 cents, it's not 40 cents, it's not 50 cents. But this is the first time in human history that you guys all have an opportunity to dabble at an asset class. So what are you doing sitting there and thinking about if this is the right choice? Okay, crypto, you must go all in. As much as it sounds crazy, it is not. It is the next stock market 2.0. We have trillions to grow. We are at $4 trillion. This market is going to go to 50 trillion and 100 trillion. The inflated stock market is at 120 trillion. The stock, crypto is going to be much bigger than the stock market. It is going to be absolutely insane. So get in now, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot stress that enough.
Our platform, we think, are very thoughtful investors, very sharp. They make decisions about what they want to invest in, and crypto has certainly caught many's attention, and they've made a lot of money doing it. I have not bought crypto, and now I feel silly. So they've been the ones making all this money on.
If you have cash accounts in banks with 6 figures or 5 figures, and it hasn't done anything for the past years, get it out. Store your cryptos safely and just stay alive so you can enjoy the wealth. This is not crazy. Remember, I started with nothing in crypto. Legit, I started with $7,000 in crypto early 2017. And then all I did was work. Accumulate as much as I can. Lost many relationships on the way because I was a cheap boyfriend, and thank God I was a cheap boyfriend. But yeah, I was very boring in terms of all I did was stick to myself and just kept my head down and accumulate as much as I can, and didn't have a social life. And I don't regret it one bit, because where I am now, all those years of trying to help everybody, trying to get everybody in, I still did what I did, but I wanted everybody to come on board. The individuals that listened, came on board, you're all up very handsomely, and you're still going on with your day-to-day lives, and you know what's up, what's coming. So What a long rant, but ladies and gentlemen, it's just a remarkable journey, and it's only going to get better, and this is just the beginning. And that's all I could say. $45, $83 XRP on the, I mean, this perspective is absolutely insane to begin with. If you don't see this perspective of why, first of all, why XRP is already bigger than USDC, right? Gives you everything you need to know. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with another video.
Up this morning, check my bags on the chain. XRPL still humming while the FUD folks complain. Ripple fighting Goliath, yeah, the SSA's game. But Johnny D and Hogan, they're bringing the flame. So we salute to the rebels in suits, to the coders and hodlers wearing dusty old boots. Raise a toast to the ledger and the lawyers who bite, while taco stand dumps through the middle of the night. Damn, Jed, can you chill? Brad G's on the mic saying clarity now, while Shorts codes the stars with the hologram cow watch. The haters keep chirping, but the people ain't blind. This ain't some mean dream, it's the internet spine. Regulators stalling, but the clock's ticking fast. Ripple drops the case like a baseline blast. Communities united, from Twitter to the street. We meme through the madness and never admit defeat. Yeah, we salute to the devs and the geeks, to the ledger that clears in seconds, not weeks. To D, to Hogan, to legal delight, and the salty old taco that just loves to spite. Hey Jed, you done yet? Or you got another dump scheduled for lunch? So here's to the warriors, the freaks, and the fans, waving salute tokens like battle flags in hand. It ain't just about coins, it's a movement, a pact. We defend what we build, and we're taking it back. Come on, salute to the ones in the fight, to the token that laughs in regulatory spite, to Schwartz, Brad, and the ones still believing, even while taco stands always leaving. One for XRP, and raise your guitar for decentralized dreams. This song's for the ledger, the truth and the proof. With a smile and a nod, we say salute.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.